Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Elizabeth Durazio, joining you for our second week here from Main Street, New London at the First Baptist Church. Last week we heard a little bit about the history of this place, and now we're going to hear about the active endeavors they do to reach the community amidst the pandemic. This church isn't just a church of Sunday worship. It's fellowship, discipleship, and good works every day. I'm proud to say that their mission continues and that we can be part of it. This week, we are at First Baptist Church in New London to hear from longtime member Marian Hafner and recent member Tracy Coverdale about this church being one in which they grow in faith, love, and practice Christian service every day. Jean Cronin Connolly, the chair for the Center of the Arts, will preview upcoming events. Lee Stalker will give us a tour of the new wing at Summercrest Senior Living. And we will close the show with Dorothy and Andy Jeffrey from the Sutton Historical Society telling us about their mission. But first, a few words from all the businesses that make Yankee Chronicle possible. These businesses are doing their best to make us safe while we're allowed to frequent their business. So remember, properly social distancing and masks mean that COVID-19 doesn't mean the end to the lovely businesses we love to see on our main streets.
I hurry home to my family and sing as we trim a Christmas tree.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Ooh.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Welcome, this is Yankee Chronicle, and I'm your host, Elizabeth Durazio, joining you right here on Main Street in New London from the First Baptist Church. And this historical community has really weathered the tide of so many tragedies and ups and downs and triumphs in the New London area. I'm joined by two members of the community, and they're going to tell us what brings them here and why they love making this their Christ-centered home. I'm joined by Marian Hafner, good to see you, and Tracy Coverdale, good to see you. Marian, you've been, you could say you were pretty much born into this church. Tell us a little bit about your experience here at the First Baptist.
You're right. I was born into this church. I've been coming here forever. My family has had a long time association with this church. My parents were members here. My husband Charlie and I were married here. Our sons were baptized here and they were raised here. So we've been here forever. It's just part of our lives. That's the way it is. And it's been a real mainstay and a real anchor for us.
Would you say that this community has really punctuated the key events in your life?
It sure has. Yep. We had my folks' funerals, both were here. And we just come here for all sorts of fun reasons and for some that aren't quite so fun. Mm-hmm. Yesterday we weren't able to gather here, but we had a drive-by for a woman who turned 90, and it was all through the church office that we learned that. So we have some fun and we have some not so fun.
When you have a community like this that really is part of your everyday life, it really gives you an anchor point. Many people right now are searching for that in their lives, whether it's COVID or perhaps just the desolation of not having regular contact. What could you tell us about being a member of this church?
There are so many ways to help others and to be helped if you need help. Our outreach programs are just incredible. We are housed by, or we house many different groups and organizations, and there probably have been hundreds, probably thousands of volunteers that have come through these doors over the years that just do so much for so many people, from cooking to just meeting or Bible groups or whatever the case is. We have so much happening here. It's really the outreach that does so much for me.
And I think, Tracy, we were talking before we came on camera, you're telling us that's part of what attracted you to this community. Now, you, unlike Marion, you weren't born into this community, but this kind of became your home through the Boy Scouts?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit how you came here and found your Christ-centered home.
We were looking for a new church home. This was a church that we had heard was very active in the community. We were in and out of it for Boy Scouts for approximately 4 years. And, it has the food pantry. We had been here for Veterans Day and Memorial Day services that were very moving. So we decided to take a look and walked in a few minutes late, actually. And Charles was praying. And you could tell through his prayer that he really believed in the power of the God that he was praying to. And so for me, that was a key component, that the God that the church aspires to was truly put before the people. But the people were very welcoming. There were Sunday school classes and outreach to the community, like Marion said, and it just seemed like a good fit. So I live in Sunapee, so it doesn't take too long to get here, so it's easy to be involved on Sunday and during the week.
Now, you have a special role in the church. You're a deacon.
I'm a deacon.
Tell us a little bit about what you have been doing recently amid sort of the struggles of COVID to maintain that contact with parishioners and people in the community.
So many of the people do not feel comfortable coming to the meeting house at this time, whether it's age or health reasons, but it's important for us to be able to get together or feel like we still are a family or a community. So the deacons have been making phone calls. We have been doing what I call doorstep visits. You knock on the door and step back and chat with these people who are living alone at home.
Right.
One individual told me when I visited that she was tired of her cooking and her company, and it was nice to see a different face, and that keeps you coming back. We arranged some Zoom book studies so that people could be coming together. We've delivered meals to people. We've been Christian caroling. We just pick a slate of people and we'll go knock on their doors, and everybody spreads out so we're socially distanced, wearing masks, and sing a few songs and encourage the individual and let them know that they're on our minds and in our hearts, and off we go.
Well, sounds like a very active, lived faith. I'm just going to take a moment right now and ask each of you if you could invite someone in the community to come to church. What would you say to them if they're hesitant to come and visit for the first time?
I would have to tell them why church is important to me. And for me, being a person of faith, having an ideal, God who is bigger, greater, all-knowing, someone higher than myself to live into and up to, has been an important focal point for my life. And I'm joined here in the meeting house with a group of people that are seeking that, but we all bring different perspectives and different ideas, different experiences, and that's the messy part of faith, because that's the part of faith that pushes you to change and to grow and to reflect upon what you believe and why. And then it's as a community of faith, we also are concerned with the town, and so there's also the meeting the needs of the people in the community, and just being a friend to them, and that's really fulfilling to be able to reach out and just care for someone.
Thank you, Tracy. We're going to end with a A quick thought from you, Marion, to welcome people at this time.
Tracy really did it very nicely. She said she really touched on a lot of points, and I just say, come on in the door, and if you can be a part of the group, that's wonderful. If you need to worship kind of in the background, that's fine too. But be part of us. I hear so many people who are spiritual, but they just don't come to organized religion. But be part of the group. Come and try it out and be with us and see how we fit for you.
Thank you both for joining us. And if you're looking for a Christ-centered faith home, remember you can come right here on Main Street to the First Baptist Church of New London. When we return, we'll be joined by Jean Connolly of the Center for the Arts to hear about the latest happenings. But first, a word from these sponsors that make this show possible.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. With more frequent major weather events, don't say again, I should have installed a generator. H.R. Clough provides the best home generator systems available from Generac. Our highly trained personnel provide you a complete turnkey installation. For a free estimate, call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Elizabeth DeRazio. Local businesses are adapting with the times and meeting and following CDC guidelines. We're going to hear about how the Center for the Arts is making it safe for us to enjoy local finery.
Well, I'm delighted to be here to tell you about all the good things that are coming up with the Center for the Arts. We still have several programs this year in 2020, which are both safely live and online. So there are still plenty of events happening. Now, obviously, if we cannot be in Whipple Hall in February, we don't know what the future holds, we will be doing everything online. So we have a large lineup of programs for next year, and the remaining portion of this year, as well as next year. And we're planning for live events. They will all be done safely with reduced audiences. But we are also planning online virtual events as we have this year on YouTube, Zoom, and Facebook. So we hope that you'll check our website and keep updated on all of these events that are coming up. We have so many good events remaining in 2020. First of all, I'd like to invite you to visit the micro galleries. We have, as you know, 5 micro galleries, Whipple Hall not being available at this time. But the galleries at the New London Inn, where I am today, with the beautiful artwork of the Photography Cafe, and Bar Harbor Bank and Trust on Main Street, very nearby, is hosting the CFA Art Cafe, which is visual arts, but more of a painting, pastel, watercolor genre. As well, at Blue Loom Bakery, there's a lovely exhibit of John and Vicki Corrin's work. And at Tatewell Gallery, there are several exceptional artists. You can visit all of these micro galleries during the regular business hours. They're open through January, so we do hope that you'll stop in. I think you'll love the artwork. In addition, I just want to mention a couple of 2021 events coming up. We have the whole year planned and we're excited about it. The first things that are coming up, besides our scholarship performance, which this year will be on January 8th, is actually the second Friday, is planned to be at Warner Town Hall with all of our 2020 scholarship performers, and that's always a wonderful event. So that's just a little bit to tell you that we have so much going on in 2021, and we just hope that you'll join us. Please check the website. There may be changes in times and dates and venues. We know what this year has brought us, and we're all trying to adapt to all of the new regulations, but we are doing the best we can to bring live arts to you every day.
Thank you, Jean, for all you do. We can't just turn the arts off. Remember when the pandemic hit, first thing we did, turned on Netflix. We live by the arts. So let's not forget the local artists that we have right in our community that need our help this holiday season. When we come back, we're going to head over to Summercrest Senior Living and hear about what they're doing at their brand new wing. But first, a word from our sponsors.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. Now is the time to have a highly trained H.R. Clough technician perform an annual maintenance and inspection of your gas or oil system to help you avoid a failure in the dead of winter. Call now to set up an appointment. Call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
There's a big difference between a big box store and a LaValle Middleton building supply.
When you're a local store, you need to compete with the bigger chains. So we've combined our purchasing power with over 300 independent lumberyard and home centers, and we've passed those savings on to you.
Our customers have grown up with our stores, and now their kids are shopping here with our kids.
We have everything you need for any home improvement project you can think of.
And the possibilities are endless.
If we had a motto, it would be neighbors helping neighbors build a community.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Elizabeth D'Orazio. We've been following Summercrest renovations for over a year now, and let's take you to see the latest happenings.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lee, and I am the marketing director at Summercrest Senior Living in Newport, New Hampshire. And what I'm so excited to tell you about today is our expansion. It has been about a year in the making, and we're finally ready to offer apartments to new residents. So we've added 28 brand new apartments. So we have studio apartments, 1-bedroom apartments, and 2-bedroom apartments. We have added a brand new 2-story glass atrium, which is our entryway. It's a glass wall system that lets in so much natural light. And as we all know, natural light is helpful with productivity and our overall sense of well-being. So we have this beautiful entryway where people come in and they're just wowed, and it really is welcoming and it gets people excited. In addition to the new entryway, we have a brand new market. We've named it Violet's Market at Summercrest. Vern Violet's one of our longtime owners, and it was a successful businessman in Newport for many years who ran Violet's Market. So we've been able to extend that legacy up here at Summercrest. So we have this new all-day market. People can come through and grab coffee, Danish, cereals, soups, salads, sandwiches. They can also order off of the dining menu for the formal dining room, and they can bring that out into our brand new cafe. They can bring their meal out to the new outdoor raised patio. So we have all these new spaces for residents to be engaged. And one of the great things about a senior community right now during this pandemic is that you live amongst your friends. So you can come out of your apartment and you can be engaged, and you can have conversations with your peers. We are safe, we are COVID-free. We've been able to move people in without any problems, without any sickness or illness. In the new apartments, it's air conditioning and heat right at your fingertips. The 1-bedroom apartments have coat closets. The studios do not, but all new apartments have linen closets in the bathroom. And the other thing that we have in the bathroom, which to me it blew my mind when I first saw it, the medicine chests in the bathroom are huge. The studios, they're all kind of one living space. So you have your kitchenette and your living area and your dining area all in one space, which for one person is absolutely perfect. You know, the goal of a senior community is to not spend every waking moment in your apartment. We want you out, and we want you engaged, and we want you doing things. The 1-bedrooms are great for one person or for a couple. One of the greatest features, which I absolutely love, of all of the apartments is they have barn doors in the separating the bathroom from the living space. In the 1 and 2 bedroom apartments, there are walk-in closets. So you literally can walk in it. So you can have furniture in there. So it gives you the option to have your dresser or chest of drawers. In the 2 bedroom apartments in the new building, we have 3 of these, and each bedroom has its own private bathroom. And the great thing about that is it opens it up to a lot more options for people. Typically, if you have a 2 bedroom apartment with 1 bathroom, you get spouses who live there together because they don't mind sharing a bathroom. But what about those people who want to live with their siblings or a friend or a roommate? So this option is perfect for that situation because people can come in, have their common space together. When they want their privacy, go to the bedroom, shut the door, you have your own private bathroom. So what that does also, and you'll see this if you go to our fee schedule, is it reduces the cost for somebody who wants to share a unit. So that's just a little bit about the apartments. And then, the community as a whole, we have been here since 1998 when we opened our doors with 36 apartments that could be either independent or assisted living. And then in 2008, as I mentioned earlier, we opened our secure memory care community. And now in 2020, we are adding 28 more apartments that can be either assisted living or independent living. So I would always refer people to go to our website, which is www.summercrest.net. There's a tab right there that says fee schedule. We are very transparent with letting you know what it costs to live here. We know that long-term care is not inexpensive. We have a program here called CFI that if somebody does run out of money, they can stay in their apartment and not have to leave for financial reasons. It's a beautiful perk that Summercrest has that not many other senior communities offer.
Thank you, Lee. What a great looking facility for seniors to enjoy the sunset of their lives. When we come back, we're going to go talk to Dorothy and Andy over at the Sutton Historical Society and see what they have planned for us. But first, a word from our sponsors. Thank you so much for making sure Yankee Chronicle is around this holiday season.
What does Christmas mean to you? What does Christmas mean to you? I hurry home to my family and sing as we trim a Christmas tree.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Elizabeth Durazio. A couple weeks ago, you might have remembered that we took you to our unique celebration of the Sutton Old Home Days. Now we're going to see what the Sutton Historical Society is doing moving ahead.
The value of connecting our children with our ancestors is immense because we live in this continuum from our ancestors down to our descendants, and helping our children appreciate from where they came and the traditions is part of molding them into citizens of Sutton.
We have a unique situation here in Sutton in that if we were to pan around this beautiful area, what is it true that this is the only place that has the original historical
meeting house.
building?
Behind the meeting house is the original schoolhouse. Over here is the original town store. And right there behind you is the original town tavern. And all of these are in their identical locations so that our ancestors, if they were to come here today, it would be so familiar.
Yes. Well, I don't know how apparent it is in the shot, but the steeple portion of the meeting house is in disrepair. And in last fall, we applied for an LCHIP grant, and we were awarded that in early December. And we had grand visions of doing all kinds of fundraising events throughout the course of the year to help match the necessary funds for this matching grant that we were awarded. And then the virus. So we started to get creative, and Andy is in charge of the committee to raise the money, and he's the brains behind the fundraising, I think.
Well, we had to raise over $50,000, and in fact, we don't only need to match the funds to repair the steeple, we also have to demonstrate our ability to have an endowment to maintain and restore the buildings moving forward. And so raising $50,000 or $100,000 in a small New Hampshire town is a formidable task. And so we had all sorts of ideas that went out the window, really. And so we had to be creative, and we took the opportunity to use technology and Zoom to create a virtual fundraiser, in effect, that isn't just, we had a debut the day,
the Old Home Day,
but it's on the website now forevermore.
Old Home Day dates back to the end of the 19th century as an idea to address the declining population throughout the state and invite former residents home. Sutton was no exception. As recorded in the 1820 census, Sutton's population was 1,573. By the 1960 census, it had dropped to 487. Old Home Day services in the South Sutton Meeting House began about 1940 and have continued to this day. Today, we proudly honor the Sutton Old Home Day tradition with this virtual tribute, complete with costumes and customs. Our community is blessed with a wealth of historical buildings and landmarks throughout Sutton, with the South Sutton Meeting House at the heart of the quaint South Sutton Village. Such links to earlier times are unusual throughout the towns of modern-day New Hampshire. The Meeting House is an exceptionally well-preserved example of a rural church building erected in New Hampshire after...
And we've been getting responses from people all around the country who just remember coming here and the memories that it evoked in them, you know, help them reach into their pocket and donate to this great cause.
We have reached into our bag of tricks and done a number of things. We've established an online website in addition to the Historical Society website. We're using a crowdfunding website that people can contribute to. We did a mass mailing to all of the property owners within the town. We use Facebook, of course.
And we have a partnership with the Kearsarge school system whereby we offer scholarships to children to help them get involved in the process of learning about and caring for their treasured assets in town.
We invite anyone who would like to help us in this wonderful venture to go to our website where you can learn about the fundraising efforts and how you can get involved.
Thank you, Dorothy and Andy and everyone at the Sutton Historical Society. What a creative bunch that's making history come alive and remain in our community. We'd like to thank all of the local businesses that support Yankee Chronicle and all of our nonprofits. And remember, if you're looking to make a difference this year, shop local. They're all taking the protocols that the CDC recommends: hand washing, masks, social distancing. We can still keep our community alive and vibrant. And we know when we purchase from a local business or use a local contractor or community nonprofit, we're making sure someone else has a holiday this season. Let's band together and be the community that we know we are. Next week, Yankee Chronicle will be taking a week off so we can celebrate Christmas. YCM will be airing last year's amazing area choir Christmas concert on Christmas Eve, Thursday at noon at 5:30 p.m., and replay it on Christmas Day at those same times. So from all of us at Yankee Chronicle, we thank you very much. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, and have a wonderful holiday.